Hello everyone, it's Mr. Washahi again. In this tutorial we're going to talk about calculating the volume of a pyramid. For this tutorial you're going to need one of these half sheets that you're going to add to your notes. You're going to also need a yellow and orange highlighter and your star chart, your formula sheet along with a calculator. Okay, the first thing I want you to find on your star chart is the formula for volume of a pyramid. So if you look at your star chart, you look to the volume section. So here you actually have now two choices. You have a prism and a pyramid. You want to make sure you use the pyramid formula here. You notice they're slightly different. They both have area of the base times height, but here on the volume of a pyramid you have times 1/3. So that's how you're going to be calculating the volume of a pyramid. It's going to be a little different. So let's go ahead and write our formula for volume of a pyramid. V equals 1/3 capital B H. Just remember that capital B, that's actually asking for the area of the base. So you're going to be using an area formula there. Okay, whether it's base times height or 1/2 base times height, depending on what your base is, whether it's a square, rectangle, or triangle. And H is going to be height. That's how tall the pyramid is. Alright, so you notice that the volume formula has multiplying by 1/3. So multiplying by 1/3, that's the exact same thing as dividing by 3. So if you multiply a number by 1/3, you're just dividing it by 3. Alright, so let's get a couple practice problems in. Let's look at this first example. What I want you to do with your orange highlighter, let's outline the base of this pyramid. So I'm going to outline the bottom of this pyramid. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's going to get my B. That's going to get the area of this base. So I've got a 4x4 square. Well, it's going to be 4 times 4. That comes out to 16. Now with my yellow highlighter, I'm going to highlight the height of this pyramid. Remember, height is always going upwards, and it makes a right angle. So the height of this pyramid, that's going to be 4 as well. So go ahead, calculate 16 times 4. That comes out to 64. However, you have to remember that we still have to multiply by 1/3 or divide by 3. So let's do that. So the actual volume of this pyramid, and let's just round to the nearest tenth, is 21.3 meters cubed. Or it's cubic units since we're talking about volume. Alright, let's go to the next one. So let's outline the base of this pyramid, and this is a rectangular pyramid because it has a rectangular base. So I'll do that by multiplying my base times height, or length times width. My height, well, that's going to be, again, going upwards. That's going to be 9 yards. So let's go and multiply those. Well, the area of the base is 24 yards times the height, which is 9. So let's calculate that. Comes out to 260. But again, we have to divide by 3 or multiply times 1/3, whichever you prefer. So 216 divided by 3, that's 72. So the volume of this rectangular pyramid is 72 yards cubed. Okay, its area was 24 yards squared times the height of 9 yards. That's where we get the cube, because it's yards times yards times yards. Yards cubed. Just in case you ever wonder why we say cubed. Alright, here's our last example. What do you notice different about it? I'm hoping that you notice that it's now a triangular pyramid. Our base is a triangle. Okay, so that means we're actually going to have one extra step here. Now, I'm thinking you probably already know what I'm talking about. So before we do anything, let's go ahead and write down our formula for area of a triangle. So that's 1/2 base times height, or base times height divided by 2. That's going to be for the triangle. Alright, so let's outline our triangle, the base of our triangle, or the base of our pyramid. Okay, and then I'm going to highlight the height of the pyramid. I want you to look closely at the measurements of the triangle. It is a 3, 4, 5 triangle. It is a right triangle. However, you can only use 2 of those measurements for a triangle because you only have a base and a height. First of all, I want you to always know that the 2 measurements you use to calculate area of a triangle will always make a right angle. So if you see our right angle here, that means we could only use the 3 and the 4. You can't use the 5. Another way of thinking of it is, let me turn it over. When it's on its base, making the right angle, with the right angle here at the bottom, the height always goes upwards. Okay? It never goes slanted. Think of as your height increases, you go upwards. You don't go at an angle. So we can only use the ones that make the right angle. So that's going to be our base and height for our triangle. So 3 times 4 divided by 2. So 3 times 4 is 12. Divided by 2 is 6. So that is our area of the base. Okay? Times 5, which is the height of the prism. Okay? So 6 times 5 is 30. So far we've calculated the area of the base. We multiply it times the height. But again, the last step is you want to divide by 3 or multiply it times 1/3. I'm just going to write this one as times 1/3 is going to be the same thing, because if I just did 30 over 1 times 1 over 3, that gives me 30, over 3. And 30 over 3 comes out to 10. So the volume of this triangular pyramid is 10 meters cubed. Think about all the steps involved in that one, a triangular pyramid. Alright, first we had to calculate the area. We do base times height and then divide it in half. Then we multiply it times the height. Don't get the 2 heights mixed up. One's for the height of the pyramid and one's for the height of the triangle. And then ultimately you're going to divide by 3. So it involves quite a couple steps, or an extra step, but as long as you follow your formula, you outline your base, you outline your height, take those extra steps, and that's going to help you become more accurate. So what I want you to do now is go ahead, glue this into the next available page of your journal, and then you have a practice sheet with different types of pyramids. Calculate the volume of those. If you need to, you can come back and rewatch the video or watch parts of it that might help you. Okay? Good luck.